Hello everyone. So this is my long-term review for this Valhalla V2 micro RDA. So I've been using this RDA for 3 months right now. So I have some thoughts, and I can see in the YouTube there are not a lot of reviews on this RDA from Vapors Cloud. So I thought I would share my opinion about this RDA. So first let me pull out the RDA from the device and let me show you. You can see the Valhalla logo one side and other sides are clean. So this is I think a gunmetal or gun silver. I think the first issue, it is a finger magnet. You can see, right? Even if you touch it, there are a lot of like fingerprints when you touch, so it gets very very, it looks very dirty, but it's not actually, it's a fingerprint. So I think you in the bottom you can see the Vapors Cloud. I have installed the copper pin because I drip, I don't squonk. And there are two screw, and these are the extra Allen key that they gave you to block the block the existing 510 pin to not squonk, but I like to keep them there and put the copper pin there. So that's that. Now the drip tip is 810 drip tip. This is the one, and there in the package you will get a shorter one as well. This is a slightly longer one. Now this is the altar part. You can see I have a build on it. I will not show you how to build or anything because this is a very easy RDA to build on, right? So I'll just give you my pros and cons, but let's check out the RDAs inside. Okay, then I will tell you more about it. So once you open it, you can see the Altum. So the airflow goes down, comes through the goes through the hole here, comes down, and then it hits this airflow and then go up. So it looks it's supposed to be why is it not? So it's supposed to be very flavorful because it's kind of a undercoil airflow, right? So you can see the deck, but before looking at the deck you can see, so there is nothing else. You can see the Altum cap, so airflows comes from here and goes down and hit that airflow port, right? Okay, then here's the hole, here's a cap. There is no dome shape going on, just two notches to lock the Altum cap. Now you see there's one thing I actually wanted to show you guys, right? So you see the scratches. So when the new RDA came, so remember this is a Altum cap, this is a plastic Altum cap, right? So it cannot scratch, and you can see there is no scratches there. So the RDA actually came with all these scratches, and it was actually stuck in here when I got it. So I had to like really push hard to get it off, and it was all scratchy and very hard and rough. Till even if you right now clean it and without and dry it and without putting anything, any lube or the juice, and you put it, it feels very rough and very like shitty, as you can say, because I actually did not expect this from Vapors Cloud, because I have the Asgard Mini as well, and that were perfect. This cap is so bad, the machining inside, there are scratches all over. It is really bad, right? So this is one of the thing I actually wanted to talk about, because a lot of people or reviewers that got them, I don't know if they have these issues or they just won't tell you, but you can see the quality control issues. Here is the shiny silver, and all of them are very scratches. So this top cap is a piece of shit they provided me. Okay, now let's talk about the build deck. So you can understand. Yes, you just put one leg here, one leg here, one leg here, and one leg here, and just tighten it up, tight screws, and you are done. But for the good flavor, I have tried with different position, go inside, go outside, right? So to get a good flavor, it is a little fiddly, though everyone can say that it is a very easy deck to build. Yes, it is very easy deck to build, but you have to find out the sweet spot to get the best flavor out of this deck, because this certainly doesn't put out great flavor if you don't put the position well. Also, the coil height is very important, right? So with some coils I have to cut the coils at like 5 mm, and with some coils I have to cut it at 5.5 or 5. So it actually depends on the coil, what coil you put. Some might say you can just cut it at 5.5 and it is done. No, what I think and what I have figured out by using it, this is a very simple coil, 3 core inside, and outer core is 38 or 38 maybe, yes, and the inside cores are 28. Fuse Clapton, very simple coil, but the flavor are great from this coil, that's why I use them. I also use the Vapors Cloud coils, right? From them they have the Vapors Cloud coil right now, right? I use the alien those coils you have to cut shorter, because those coils you have to cut longer, because those coils are very beefy. So what I have understood, what if the coils are very beefy, you have to keep a little keep the leg a little longer, because if you cut it very short or 5 mm, it almost touches the base, so you have to pull it up. So that's that. So the build deck is very easy, and building on it is very easy, but you have to find out your position, right? Okay guys, so let's do a quick build. I actually didn't wanted to show you wicking, but as I am going to wick it, so let's do a quick wicking so you can see how simple it is, but then you will also be able to see the issues. So guys, as you have seen, I have put a fresh wick in this, and after putting the wick I have been vaping it for a couple of minutes. So let's give you my pros and cons about this, the issues and the good thing about this, as I've been using it for like a couple of months, and the issues nobody talks about, right? So I'll talk about the pros first, because there are few of them. So first of all, the building is easy, right? You just put your coil leg to this 4 post, you tighten them, you position the coil, you put the wick and tuck it down to the side well, and you are done, right? The top cap, right? So the O-ring tension is pretty good, so it's kind of a perfect, right? It goes in and out very like very smoothly. Then the airflow, so airflow is nothing to talk about, but you can dial down the airflow. But what I have seen is till the halfway down. So if you go and keep on closing and you go halfway down, till the halfway down I don't feel any difference in the airflow. So after going past the halfway, you can start feel the pressure. So this is still, I'm not in the halfway. Let me turn it down. Okay, so now it's more than halfway close, right? So you can hear it right now. So if you want to hear the full sound, if you want to hear the sound when it's fully open, let me take a pull and you can understand. So the airflow is pretty smooth, so nothing to complain there, so that's okay. But a fun thing, if I close the airflow down, the flavor gets a little muted. I don't know why. So if I keep it fully open, the flavor is fine, but if you keep on closing it, the flavor keep on getting muted. So that's that. So I don't have any issue with that. Because I keep it fully open. Okay, so the drip tip is good, but the shorter one they give you, that's not my type. This one is good. I like the logo, and the other side is very clean. Now let's talk about the flavor. The flavor is good. I will not say the flavor is out of this world or extraordinary. The flavor is good. So like any other YouTuber, if you have to give it a rating from in the scale of 10, I'll give it a 6.5 or 7, not more than that. So I really think the flavor is better in the Asgard Mini than this one, right? Okay, so now let's talk about the cons that I have faced. So the one I have already showed you in the chimney, that it is very scratched up and the machining is very bad inside the chimney. That actually makes me mad, kind of, right? So you should not be expecting such bad machineries or no quality control on this RDA from Reaper's Cloud. So that's one issue, a big issue. Second issue is that I have been facing. So it's a fresh wick, as I have been told you, and I've been beeping it for a couple of minutes. So I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Let me try to nope, the camera is not picking up, but it's kind of wet, right? So the issue I have been facing is when you keep on dripping and keep on using, the base of the RDA gets wet, right? So it is getting a little juice. I don't know from where. I have checked the it is not leaking, coming from the O-rings, that I'm sure. It is coming from some kind of, maybe these two screws, or from the 510. I have to open the 510 and re-tighten it and does everything, but it still gets wet after a couple of hours of uses, right? So that's a big con for me, because I did not expect an RDA to be leaking when I'm not using it in squonk mode, right? But even if I am using it in squonk mode, I do not use squonk, and I have never faced this kind of issues that the base is leaking any other RDAs, but this one gets wet in the base. This too is a big con from me. And as I said, I expected better flavor from this one than the Asgard, because it's a bottom airflow, though it's getting the airflow from the top, but it is hitting the coil from the bottom. So I expected better flavor from this one than the Asgard. Now that's all from me about this RDA. So if you guys ask me what would I choose between these and Asgard, because the price point is exactly the same, I would say I would choose the Asgard. Though the Asgard setup, you have to find out the sweet spot for Asgard to get the most amount of flavor, but that is same for this one as well. Though it is very easy to put the build, but you have to find out the sweet spot, the coil height, how far you put the coil, That all you have to take in consideration when building it to get the most amount of flavor, right? So that is all from me. Keep on vaping, guys.